Everyone knows of Nexon, right? They shut down their California studio earlier this year. They shut down MapleStory 2. They canceled Peria Chronicles. They gave up publishing rights to Dragon Nest, Riders of Icarus, and Dungeon Fighter Online. Yeah. That Nexon. The Nexon that outside of, MapleStory, Mabinogi, and Vindictus have pretty much shut down every single MMORPG that they have ever released. Oh, good. Well then, boy do I have news for you guys. They just announced that we are getting a brand new MMORPG. Yeah, they are working on another new title to release after their recent V4 launch onto PC. And no, the new MMO is not Project BBQ. They're still supposedly working on Project BBQ, with devCat apparently still hard at work on getting the game ready for a 2020 test phase. This is an entirely new project. Well, one of two upcoming projects. This project in specific, which let me preface this entire conversation with the fact that it actually has no confirmed title yet, not even the common project random letter that South Korean MMO developers seem so fond of, is being built using Unreal Engine 4. Gone are the days when we were forced to play MMORPGs on Unreal Engine 3. Wait, actually, no, on second thought, the new upcoming MMO Ilion, I think, is actually being built on Unreal Engine 3. Yeah, whoops. Nexon's goal with this game specifically is to develop a AAA class masterpiece that can satisfy users in all aspects such as content and visuals. Their words, not mine. And guys, all right, hear me out here. Peria Chronicles was the best looking upcoming anime MMO that I'd ever seen, and it provided the opportunity for almost endless content. However, one thing that players complained about during the beta test phase was its combat. Combat is an integral part of what makes an MMORPG playable for a lot of players. If the combat isn't engaging, if it doesn't hold your attention, you're going to rapidly grow tired of it and stop playing. This actually happens quite often during the early leveling periods in Final Fantasy XIV and the Elder Scrolls Online. Combat is slow and people get bored, so they come to this false conclusion that the combat is going to remain that way indefinitely and cease their progression through the game. Nexon actually elaborated a little bit on that, stating that they are not focused on combat, and instead they are more focused on making a quote-unquote pretty game. And if there is one thing that we've come to learn about South Korean MMOs, is that they always look really damn good. But I mean, that's pretty much as far as they ever make it, right? I think Black Desert might be the last MMO that actually had a good combat system from a South Korean developer. Another example of this is both the upcoming Ilion and New World MMOs. Ilion's tab target was so poorly received that Craft and the developers had to completely overhaul the combat system and make it completely action-oriented, allowing for players to freely aim without the need of a target. And New World is considered by many, not all, I understand that, but quite a few players to have a terribly slow, clunky, and ultimately poor combat system for an action MMORPG. Look, Nexon, I don't want to tell you how to develop your game here, but trust me, combat matters. Gameplay is a very important facet of every single game, so you might not want to ignore it. We do know a little bit about the upcoming MMO thus far, as they have released small bits of information. For starters, the game is going to be set in a medieval fantasy world with magic, castles, forts, and other building types. It's going to have a completely seamless open world, just like Black Desert, which means that there won't be a single loading screen found anywhere throughout the game world, with everywhere being easily accessible and interconnected. There's going to be cross-compatibility between PC and mobile. However, before you guys jump to the conclusion that this is going to be a mobile game, do note that they are creating this with PC players in mind. This means that yes, you definitely will be capable of playing the game on your mobile device as well, but mobile devices are hopefully going to be a secondary thought as opposed to their main focus. And let's be honest here, if they want this to be successful, to start a brand new MMORPG IP on the PC that PC players are actually going to be interested in, they're going to need to learn to cater a bit more to us. Finally, the upcoming game is going to have an isometric point of view, meaning that it's going to play like Lost Ark or TL Origin or Path of Exile and Diablo, if what I gather it is to be believed. This is an interesting route to take, as I don't see many successful MMOs utilizing that graphical style. Honestly, maybe there's a reason for that, I don't know. Regardless, they are also working on another title, Project HP as well, but nothing is currently known about that game other than it has the same medieval fantasy setting. But at the same time, I don't know, I kind of feel like all of Nexon's games are kind of like medieval fantasy setting as well. I don't know, maybe that's just me though. They just seem to have this weird obsession with making these medieval fantasy games, which, you know, I am perfectly fine with. Now, I am always excited to hear that we have brand new upcoming MMORPGs being developed. The market always needs new titles to bring out that competitive side in developers to compete with one another. But considering this is Nexon, yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. But this is my opinion, my impressions based off of what little we know thus far. What do you guys think? Does this sound like something you might be interested in playing? Do either of these sound like something you might be interested in playing? Let me know down in the comments below and let's talk about it. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time.
Peace.